Welcome to the testing world. So this is the first session of the case study 1 in which we are going to do performance testing on the application which is www.thetestingworld.com. Here we are going to create 3 cases and these are the condition, or I can say requirements of all these cases. So case 1 is that we need to execute our scenario with the 5 user and all users are hitting server at the same time. Users are visiting 3 different pages, and before going to each of the page, we need to have some waiting time. My URL could be changed in future, that we should keep in mind. And last is we need to generate tabular report with the graph. So that is the test case 1 we want to implement. So I'm starting my Jmeter. Here's the jmeter.bat file and I'm starting the Jmeter. So we will keep all these requirements in mind. So first of all, I'm going to create a new thread group which is test case 1. And as we know, we are required to hit by 5 users. So I'm setting number of threads is equal to 5. In the first requirement, we have 5 users and all the users are hitting the server on the same time. Means all the users are applying to the server on the same time. So I'm giving ramp up time is 1 second. So in first second, all the users are sending request to the server. User need to visit the 3 different pages. So I'm coming to my test case and here I'm adding 3 samplers. So first is HTTP request and I'm saying that is request 1. I'm going to add one more sampler. That is request 2 and one more sampler. That is request 3. So I have added 3 samplers. So that's the application we have. So first page which I'm going to hit is www.thetestingworld.com. I'm taking the URL of my application and moving to Jmeter. So request 1, I'm hitting my main page. I'll say that is my home page. And in request 2, I want to hit my second page, which is SQL for tester. So I'm taking this URL and putting into the request 2 and then taking URL 3, which is for Unix and Linux for tester page. So I'm taking this URL and placing in the request 3. Going to the requirements again. So here it's saying it might be possible that my URL is going to be changed in future. So it might be possible that my base URL will change in future, and if that happens, so I'll have to go to the each and every request and we'll have to make changes. It's better to go for a config element which is HTTP request default, and we are going to add a base URL over here.
Hello friends, we are offering our 25 plus video courses with lifetime access in $200. If you are in India, you can pay rupees 10,000 for 25 courses. These courses include SOAP UI for web service testing, REST API testing by using Java, REST API testing using SOAP UI, and then REST API testing using Postman, and also REST API testing using Python. We also have courses for Selenium, so Selenium with Python, Selenium with Java, Selenium with Ruby. We are also having courses for database testing using SQL and Unix for tester, functional testing using Qtp, which is UFT now, performance testing using Load Runner and Jmeter, Road to big data testing, so BDD understanding with Cucumber, MySQL database. We also have courses for the scripting, so you can go for Python scripting for tester, Ruby scripting for tester, also some test management tool like we can use Jira, ALM for purchasing our video courses with lifetime access at the discounted price. You can call us 8743 913121. You can WhatsApp us on the same number as well. You can mail us testingwordindia@gmail.com.
So I've added the base URL over here, and in my request, so rather than giving the complete URL, we are just giving the relative URL. So again here, relative URL is picked and placed in the path, and we are removing the main URL because we have given that URL in request default. In the same way, I'm moving to my request 3, and that is here. So moving to the task again, or the case study again. So here we need to apply 5 users. We have done that, hitting the server at the same time. So we are taking ramp up time only 1 second. Visiting 3 pages, we have done that. My URL could be changed in future. So we have placed this main URL in HTTP request default. So in future, if it's getting changed, so we can change it on a one place only. Then before going to the each of the page, we need to have some waiting time. So what I understand about this requirement, like user is going to the page 1, then before moving to the page 2, user want some delay in between, and then before moving to the page 3, user want some delay. So I am moving to the Jmeter, and here first it will hit request 1. So before going to the request 2, I want delay, so I'm adding a timer here, and I'm adding constant timer of 3000 millisecond. But because as we know, the priority of the timer is more than sampler, so timer will execute before the request 1. But I want to execute this timer before the request 2 and before request 3. So I am dragging it and drop it as a child of the request 2. So now this timer is related to the request 2 only, because timer has more priority than sampler, so it will execute before the request 2. So what is going to be happen at the end? First request 1 will execute. When it comes to the request 2, it will check the timer priority. Timer priority is more than sampler, so first it will execute timer and then request 2. In the same way, I want some delay before the request 3, so I'm adding a one more timer which is as a child of request 3. So now request 1, then it will move to the request 2, but before request 2 it will execute timer, then request 2, then move to the request 3, again timer. So by this way we have implemented some delay before request 2 and request 3. Moving to the requirement, so here we have implemented this. Now we need to generate tabular report and the graph as well. So I'm going to add a listener which is aggregate graph listener. So everything is done. I'm going to save this test plan. So I'm giving the name, that is case study 1. Saved it, and now running it. So let's see results we are going to get. So here it is hitting request 1 is hit by the 5 users and 5 samples are over here. Again same in the request 2, then same in the request 3. I want to check my all the pages are getting hit successfully. We are not getting any errors. So for that, I'm adding one more listener, which is view result tree. Clear the result, running it again. So it's hitting request 1, 5 users are hitting request 1, then 5 are hitting request 2, and then request 3. And here is the result. And if you want to see graph, here's the graph. That's the test case 1, which we have implemented as per the case study. In the next session, we are going to implement the case 2. Thanks for watching this video.
Hello all, hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions regarding this video, please ask in the comment section. And also, please like and subscribe for more software testing courses. Also, we are offering a wonderful package of software testing online video courses in $200. Find us on Facebook for more offers and updates. Here is the URL, facebook.com testing world India.